series of yoga poses mainly for children, but obviously it can be adapted for adults too. So we're going to start with our cat-cow. So you need to go onto your hands and your knees, and then you drop your belly and lift up your head. So you should have a nice dip in your back just to stretch. And then you look down and arch your back, push into your fingers, and that's the cow. So you can repeat this a few times, go at your own pace. If you want to make it fun, you can do a little wiggle, kind of loosen up to start the session. And then from here, we're going to go into downward dog. So if you tuck your toes like this, and then send your hips up, and then just hold the pose for a few seconds. Also here you could add a leg lift. So you could do a 3-legged dog. You can go higher or keep it lower. And then switch over. And then back down. And then if you rest your hands on your knees and just close your eyes, and then just take a minute to breathe and ready for your session. So for children, they can pretend to be animals. So for this particular pose, I would say that they were a lion. So they could put their hands on their knees and then stick out their tongue, and they could roar like a lion. And we're going to sit on our bottoms, have our feet together like this, and then just stretch out your groins. So you can do a little rock here. And for children, they can be a butterfly, so they can flap their knees. It's quite nice to just rock as well. So once we finish this pose, we're then going to go onto our bellies. So if you just lay down like this, you can rest for a moment, but then put your hands by your shoulders, flat on the floor, and then lift up your chest. So keeping your hips down as much as possible, just stretching your chest up. So for children, this is their snake. And then we're just going to come up onto our hands and knees again. So this might be a nice time where you can again just move through this pose. Stretch out a little bit. Then we can go into child's pose. So if you put your toes, your big toes together, sit down onto your heels and then lay down. And then we can slowly come up. Just take your time, there's no rush, you don't have to follow my kind of movements, just do it at your own pace. And it's important to remind children that too. If they don't want to do it, they want to stop, that's fine. So now we're going to go into our next pose. So if you squat down like this and just stretch down as low as possible, you can release your hands if you have the balance. And for children, this is a frog pose, so they could then hop if you can. It's just a nice stretch. It's really nice for your hips and for your groins. And then we're just going to stand up now and have your feet just wider than your hips. And if you turn one foot out like this, bend your knee and then put your arms out. So this is our warrior two pose. So this is our warrior two pose. So if you just bend the knee, make sure it doesn't go over your toes. And then just stretch here. You can then put your arm down to touch your toes and just lift this one, open up your chest and just breathe. Breathe into the stretch. And then slowly come back up and swap sides. So bring this toe back in, this one out, bend your knee, and again, arms out. So nice stretch, long arms, and then bring it down slowly. And then come back up. And this is a nice time where we can just let our bodies just pull down, let gravity do the work, just stretch. You can move your arms, you can bend your knees a little. And then slowly come back up, bring your feet together. And we're going to go up onto our toes. So if you just breathe in as you come up and out. Breathe in. If you don't have the balance, you could just go one foot. Or two. And then to end a nice yoga session, it's nice to just relax, be calm and listen to your breathing. So it's just nice to lay on your back. You can have your knees up or you can have your legs completely flat. But you could just rub your tummy or you could stretch down and just listen to the sounds around you. If you have music on, listen to your music. Or just focus really on your breathing. So you can do this for maybe 5 minutes, as it's a nice relaxation at the end. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes just to relax and calm. I'm going to slowly get up now, but you still can be in relaxation pose if you want to, or if you're ready to get up then you can. And again, same for children, if they're ready then let them come up. But thank you for watching and hopefully see you soon.